My name is Tock Tom. I make scrap metal sculpture. I started sculpting about 25 years ago when a friend of mine gave me this old CRT monitor. Passed it off to me and said, "You look like somebody who can do something with this." I gather parts, things that I think might be useful. I'll put them down on the table, not attached to anything, and I'll begin to just toy with shapes, place things together, interchanging parts until I have something that begins to look like what I'm trying to build. Started off as what was supposed to be a small project, and I was approached to build this climber robot that would go on this elevator wall. There was an installation in Canada, the offcuts of which were about 350 triangles. And with all these triangles left over, I realized that I could create a rockscape. So I started coming up with the idea of a climber, something that would climb the wall and look like it's beginning sort of an entrepreneur's journey. Cliff has a number of neat components on him. But if I was to list the parts that are on him, there's starting up at his wrist is actually a door swinging assembly, fridge handles. Around his chest are a couple of old coolant pipes, some motorcycle shocks, the old tank seat around his thighs, a fan motor in each of his knees. There's an old projector around his lungs, some pneumatics around his neck. On the other forearm are pieces of my old Dodge Caravan seats. I don't even know what that thing on his shoulder is. He's got a microscope that makes up his eyes. Cliff took about 7 months to create. Definitely my most challenging piece that I've ever made. I don't think I've ever made anything this large, this heavy. Usually my biggest challenge is trying to figure out what the face is going to look like. So I had the microscope, I had a jaw that was sort of worked out. I wanted something that had expression. I wanted it to say verging on the accomplishment, but also putting in the last bit of effort. The other parallel with Cliff and the entrepreneur's journey takes all of your energy and all of your focus, and that's what Cliff is about. If my viewers are looking at the piece and actually believing that the pose is right, that there is motion involved, that's a really fulfilling moment. That's kind of why I do it.